Commanders. Welcome to our latest edition of Galactic Intern. I'm your host, Bruce Garrido, Community Manager for Frontier Developments, and I'm joined by the mighty, mystical, and magnificent Stephen Benedetti, who is below me today.
Yeah, we're in quite a weird setup. Not our usual
it's,
up and downy.
yeah, it's a bit different this time around. But yeah, like I said, it's Galactic Intern today, and well, actually, firstly, I want to give out some O7s like we normally do. There's no need to rush these things, is there, Stephen?
Never.
Hello, Delta Pi on O7 Skips. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, Janod, AVP4. Nice to have you all with us. English Gent, Big O7, and the rest. There's too many O7s to give out, but obviously you're all very welcome, and we're glad to see you here. How are you doing today, Stephen, mate?
Yeah, I'm fan dabby dozy. It is Thursday, the second last Thursday until it's holiday times. So things are getting busy. Don't know if everybody has seen, but we've got a really exciting news tonight at the Game Awards. So I will be up late for that. So I am buzzing to share the news.
Yeah, that's true. Just to preempt any questions about that, yes, we're showing some gameplay footage of Odyssey later this evening, so stay tuned for that. It's at the Game Awards on Twitter for details, so make sure to check that out. Right, so as I've said already, we're Galactic interning today, and we're joined by two very special guests from the Fuel Rats, who you may have heard of. Would you like to say a nice big warm hello and welcome to Sky the Shark and oh no, we're the alpaca. So I forgot what kind of alpaca we were joined by. Hello, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there.
Hold on, just before we begin, it wasn't the name. It was I forgot what kind of alpaca you are. Are you worthy? Are you unworthy? Is this a nice alpaca? I don't know, but I'll say you're worthy.
In absolute fairness, I think you proved your worth on our last stream alpaca, where you were blowing myself and Arthur up left, right, and center and scoring in Capture the Flag against us. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was. It really was. But you blew me up a lot too.
Well,
you don't need to be kind
maybe.
to him. You don't need to be. I'm just saying. Just say.
Right. Yeah. So, like I said, we're doing Galactic Intern, and you guys are very established and experienced fuel rats, and we're going to be doing some training with you guys today.
Yeah.
For any new players that we have, would you care to give us a quick overview of who the fuel rats are and sort of how you operate? Just a summary.
Sure thing. So we like to think of ourselves as a collective group of individuals. As we go around and we rescue people who've become stranded because of fuel starvation. It's our mission to make sure that no one ever succumbs to fuel loss, and we'll fly to the ends of the galaxy and even beyond to come and give you some fuel. Make sure you get out of there alive. And the service is completely free. To actually request a fuel rats, you just go to the website fuelrats.com and click on the nice big green button that says "I need fuel," and we'll be there very, very quickly. Our typical rescue time within the bubble is around between 5 and 10 minutes, and obviously, if you ask for the bubble, it can vary, but 5 to 10 minutes is pretty quick, I think.
I mean,
Okay, amazing.
It takes me less time to get to thrown out the fuel. So
So my understanding is, in addition to providing fuel to people who don't have any, you also give tips and advice to avoid that kind of situation in future. So it's also sort of 50% education as well as the actual
Correct.
rescue.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So after the rescue's been complete, I always say that the Fuel Rats has the worst business model in the world. We strive to put ourselves out of business. The more people who we can rescue and who never need our services again, the better. There have been a few that have been repeat customers, but we don't berate them or anything like that for that. We're always there to strive. We strive to get them educated on how not to run out of fuel ever again, which is fantastic. And our main goal is to take a very negative experience, twist that, and turn it into a very positive experience, which has been the feedback that we've been getting from a whole bunch of people who have had to use our service in the past.
and I can even speak from experience that it is quite a negative when you start jumping somewhere and you either go to the wrong star, which so you can't refuel it, or you forgot your fuel scoop at home. Like, happens a lot, surprisingly.
Those dreaded T-type stars.
That's it, I know.
Everyone looks for the orange ones. Nope, not the case. Not
No.
always the case.
It might be an unprofitable business model, but it's definitely a positive and charitable one.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
I
that's what we strive
understand,
for.
especially since the Epic launch, you guys have been especially busy in this last part of the year, and I understand you're actually approaching very quickly a massive
Yes.
milestone.
Exactly. Alpaca, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So, ever since the Epic or the Epic start we have had a massive increase in rescues. I think the record at the moment is 553 cases in one day. So that's that's quite a lot,
Wow.
of which only 34 failed. So we're keeping up that positive energy there.
That's amazing.
It's
Yep.
huge. So
The
you're
previous
actually
record before that was like only 200 and something. So we more than doubled the previous record, which is nuts.
Absolutely.
well, that's a huge number. So what's the total looking like these days?
Right
We're getting
now,
close to 100,000.
Wow.
yeah, I think there's 890 cases to go, more or less.
that
If
is
I'm
a
looking at it
magnificent
right,
effort.
it says 95,000, so about 5,000. If this keeps up a week
Uh,
worth of
are you-
rescuing.
Are you counting failed rescues or
No,
counting
no,
both?
just the successful ones. Just the successful
just
ones.
successful ones? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. If we're counting the failed ones, then we're almost there.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Wow, so that's incredible. Yeah, it's a huge service that you've provided to the community. So we really appreciate that and salute you for your amazing achievement. I expect you'll be hitting that 100K, well, possibly early in 2021, right? Something like that.
Yeah, with the Cyberpunk
Yep.
launch, probably.
Yeah. We'll be right back up there. Ever since the Epic Game Store, like before the Epic Game Store thing, our average daily cases was about 50 to 60 ish, and ever
Yeah,
since then it's
something
been
like
up in the high 100s at least. And it's only just recently started coming down again. So, yeah.
Amazing.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. So we have quite a few things to chat about. We'll talk about sort of the type of ship builds you guys use and essential modules, how someone can become a free rat, and all of that. But let's save that for the duration of the stream. And
Sure.
right now, hop right into it. So we're going to put our intern hats on, Stephen and I. And I understand where the alpaca is going to take us through some training, just as you would
That's
for
right.
brand new fuel.
Correct.
That's exactly right. So what we'll do is we'll do a normal rescue, where you guys get a call, or one of you guys gets a call. The other one is going to be what we call the damsel in trainings, and we'll throw in a little something for you to find out. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. So hope you guys ready.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. Let's get started.
Alrighty. So where are we?
Light the beacon.
Light the beacon.
Yes. Something like that.
Okay, so for
Okay.
our audience, just so you know, Steven's game capture is on the left and I'm on the right from your guys' perspective. Just so that everyone can separate us. I realize we're in the same ships. That is deliberate, but forgive us for any confusion. So I'm going to be, I understand, for this first exercise, I'll be the trainee, and Steven's going to be our wonderful damsel.
I make a good damsel.
Mhm.
Help me, help me.
Did you want to bring the IRC up, Stephen?
Yes, we have a very interesting, because people might have seen our streams before going, why are we laid out like this? And the reason for that is, bam, so I can fit this in. So a wee bit of lag, just to anybody's watching, there might be a wee bit of lag, but that is it now on screen.
Just a heads up, guys, we are working with a very brief, something like 3-second delay. So if there is a tiny pause between messages or words or things appearing, that's the reason. But yeah, would our mentors care to explain what the IRC is and how communications and things work for you guys?
Sure thing.
Yeah,
So we
sure.
run all of our rescues through the IRC, and that's basically so that it's nice and easy for people to jump in straight away. We were thinking about using Discord, but obviously Discord you can account for. We don't want people to have to sign up for an account only to use our service. So the IRC is web-based for anyone who wants to use our services. The rats themselves may have their own clients, but that's personal preference. So the ILC is there to serve as a link between the rescuee and the dispatcher, and dispatcher then coordinates with all the rescuers, um, so that that gives the rescuers the ability to just focus on getting to the client as quickly as possible. Because obviously, if everyone's trying to, organize their own thing, it turns it into a bit of a madhouse. So the dispatcher is there to make sure all cases flow nice and easy. No, everyone's in the right place at the right time. So they are often managing a whole bunch of cases, especially during the Epic launch. So we had up to like 20 cases, 23 cases, I think I've seen it at once going, which is
Right.
absolutely insane.
Yeah, it's a lot to manage at the same time. Is there
Exactly.
what are the benefits of using an IRC as opposed to something like Discord for managing players that have come in asking for help? I imagine one of them is it's very easy to access directly through your website.
Correct, that's right. So it's easy to access. You don't need an account for it. We also control the uptime, which is something we can't do with Discord. We actually found that Discord is not reliable enough for our services. It's down too often. So
Sure.
I think in the entire time we've had the IRC, it's been down maybe once, I think.
That's
Yeah,
quite good.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty.
Our tech rats keep it up.
Oh yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I
And
shall...
yeah, one other big aspect of the RSC is obviously the moderation. We don't really have control on Discord about who joins, and we can't really control if someone just makes a second account and joins again to troll or to grief, that sort of thing. And IRC makes that a lot easier.
Yeah.
Right.
Just before we continue on, we're getting a lot of messages in the chat. This live stream is a Galactic Intern live stream where we take a group such as the Fuel Rats and they show us how it's done and take us out for the day. I've seen a couple of messages in the chat asking about the announcement trailer that we're putting out, the gameplay trailer that's going out tonight. That will be at the Game Awards, which you can obviously go online and find out where they will be showing. I do believe they'll be showing on Twitch, but don't take my word for it. Go and check their website out and you'll find out all the links starting at 11:30 UTC tonight. So we'll hopefully watch that and this.
Awesome.
And back
Alright,
to
are you guys
back to
ready?
tuning. Yeah, let's go do it.
Awesome.
All right, so
Sucks.
yeah, exactly. We're about to start. Do you guys just want to jump in and I'll talk you through it as we go, or do you want me to start the case and then I'll give you some information about what we see on the screen?
Yeah, you can tell us how it go, because I'll just be like, help me, I'm a damsel. That's my damsel.
Now
Very
that we
good
have
answer.
established the damsel voice,
Yes.
I expect Stephen to stay in character for the remainder of the stream.
I can't do it. I need a man with a moustache to come and save me. That's why Bruce has a
Alright,
moustache,
then.
if anybody's
Right.
watching.
That's exactly what I was
Okay,
hoping
then.
for.
Let's get this going. So here comes our case,
My
There
pins.
it is.
and what you see right now is you see who is calling us, of course. That's where it says the client, and right behind that is the system, which you need to take out of the IRC now and copy it into your game so you know where you need to go.
Okay, great. So I'm seeing the line which says incoming client. So I've got the name, which is Serious Spaceman. I've got the system. I notice you also have the platform, which is, now I think about it, a very
Handy thing.
necessary thing to have, right? We wouldn't want to appear on the wrong platform and just not be able to rescue them, right?
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
That's where we
Do you
put
have
that in.
a fair number of rats across each platform?
Oh yeah, we're everywhere.
So you do cater to Elite Dangerous players, both console and PC alike.
Absolutely.
For sure. And we're always looking for more console rats. If there are any of you out there on console, we need more rats.
One thing I want to bring up is I love these bot names, Rat Mama and Drill Squeak. That's probably Drill Squeak. I quite like that.
So you have to thank our tech rats for that one.
That is well done,
So-
Tech Rats.
This information
so-
that's appeared in the IRC, has this been pulled from the damsel? So they inputted this information when they joined, right?
Yes,
Correct. So
ideally.
when they go to the fearrats.com site and they click on I need fuel, there's a little web form that comes up and it asks them for things like their platform, where they currently are, if they have enough oxygen and that kind of thing. And then that gets all passed into the drill and all gets passed to the back end chains, then eventually ends up in the IRC.
Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay, so I've pulled that system and put it into my navigation panel. I can see I'm 3 jumps away, which is very fortunate.
Perfect. Now, what you can also see in the message that Drill Squeak put into the channel is at the very last space of this message is it says case, and it says case #6. So what you got to do now is you have to call your jumps. And the way you do that is you put in this case number, so dispatch knows what case you're referring.
Okay.
And then you put behind that the number of jumps, in your case 3. And after that you can just type out jumps, or a lot of rats also just use a J.
Okay,
Make
so
it
I
a
would
little
send a
short.
message that says #6 3 jumps, something like
Exactly. Exactly.
that. Great.
So I'm currently also.
Now, Stephen, as you have been pinged in this chat already, what's happening here is our dispatcher is asking you to prep your ship,
Yeah.
which basically means shut down all your modules, so you don't use as much fuel as you would normally.
Yeah, I am.
And I can see that you're already doing that.
Turning
Perfect.
everything down. Yeah, that can be. That's fine. I think that's the only things. Yep. So everything's off. Just remember to turn everything off. Oh,
Life support.
it's starting to get cold in here.
Yeah, that happens.
Can't even leave the heating on, mate.
Oh, I feel like I'm in Scotland again. Well, I'm in Scotland.
Jump
but-
away.
And make sure you leave the life support on. That's very important.
Life
Not turning
support.
life support off.
It's just daunting because
And
it's the sound of
Yeah.
the sound of the ice in my windows.
yeah, exactly.
Even the radio, mate.
Yeah, as a
No
damsel,
tunes.
you should
Sorry.
now report that you have shut down all your modules so we can proceed with the rescue.
Okay, so nice.
And,
In character.
There's
of
no
course.
real code for that. Just type yes, I've did it, or something like that. I done it.
Help! There's been a terrible accident. Help! Help! I'll put it in Glaswegian, okay?
Okay, so I suppose I should probably get jumping, right?
Oh yeah, I'm already. 3
Yes,
jumps ahead of
exactly.
you.
Oh no, I was slow off the
As
mark.
soon as you call your jumps, you should start jumping, even though
I'm
you
gonna
might
get-
not get assigned. But yeah,
I think I'm going to get
better
beaten
if
here
you
by Sky,
do
but,
start.
all right, let's go.
You do not want to be beaten in my ship, that's for sure.
So I've done it in a wee bit of Glaswegian. So help! I've got no fuel. Turned off my modules, but I still have life support off. I still have on. Oh, should fix that.
Oh, no.
I have that. Fix that.
Perfect.
Just
Perfect.
in case anyone can't read it.
Uh-oh.
If anybody's
Yeah. Now, as soon as dispatch here acknowledges that you have turned off all your modules, they will assign you some rats. In this case, 2 have called, Sky and Bruce, and they will get assigned now, and you have to add them to your friends list.
So also
How many rats would you normally assign to a rescue?
That depends. In the with the epic flood, we try to keep it down to the minimum amount of rats that we need, because we had so many cases that at a certain point we ran out of rats.
Right.
But usually we take 2, or if the case is a code red, then we send 3, because it just enhances the chances of success.
Sure, that makes sense.
So I have two. I've got two pending friend requests. Spill Capes and La M. I don't think that's anyone here, is it? But I think I'm already pals with the credited
Yeah,
astronaut.
So we can pretend
Yes,
that we've added each other, but here's an account we prepared earlier.
Yeah, exactly. I think you may need to send us a friend request to Sky, though. I'm not sure. I didn't
Yeah.
see him on your.
Yeah,
Friend
I'm
list
FR
there.
minus right now.
Are you sending me one, Sky, or will I send you one?
No,
You
the
send
damsel
me
has
one, mate.
to send one.
Okay, so I'll need to find you. Oh, not a crew. Why am I going to find crew?
And the reason why we get the client to do that and not the rats to do that is so that the rats can focus on jumping. You can imagine, like, when it gets to like 1 to 2 jumps, it's not a big deal. But you can imagine if there's like 5, 6, 7 jumps out, you don't want to have to pause and stop every now and then to, you know.
So now I have to add Sky PC Live. Nice. Also, I do apologise to everybody who might be hearing the ping when it comes through. My laptop has just got the large ping on, and you will all hear it because that's the way it's recording. So I apologise. Okay.
So I have arrived in the system.
Oh no.
I've put the brackets PC Live. I'm guessing I've put Skype in.
No, that's not right.
I've also put in the wrong
Usually,
name.
yeah, usually our bot would actually send the correct commander names, but because this is the drill version, it doesn't really have a connection to the database, and therefore we can't really do that.
No worries. There you go. Sky 92.
So I think it's just Sky 92.
9-2. Yep.
I've added you as a friend. Nice.
Okay, so once you get the friend request as a red, you need to report that you have now got the friend request. And the way you do that is you again reference the case with the case number. So in this case, #6. And after that, you put in one of our abbreviation codes, which is FR, and then plus for if you have the friend request, or minus if you don't.
Oh, nice. I was already friends with
Now,
Bruce. It's fine.
If you are in the reported system already, then you can now check if the client is actually in the system that you are in, which is quite important if you want to rescue them. So the way you do that is you check up in your communications panel and go to the third tab there, and there you should see where they are.
So,
And right now you're not in the same system, so for one you gotta report that to dispatch so they can change the system, and also then jump to that correct system.
okay, so what would I say? Case 6, incorrect system given or something like that? Or is there a code that you have? for this?
Yeah, that would work. Usually you try to keep it short, so just say in system, whatever, in this case Kappa.
Okay. I imagine if you're rescuing a lot of newer players, they might mistake the system they're in. So this might not be such an uncommon thing.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
All the time.
That's one of our most used things that we have to check.
Okay,
Most
so I can
common
see
one.
that the correct system is actually only one jump away, so that's fortunate.
Yeah, well, usually it's only one jump because most of the time the new player then mistakes the system they are jumping to or try to jump to for their actual system. So it's usually only one jump, but sometimes it's more. But I really don't know how that would happen. So now that you both are friends with the client and you have checked the system, dispatch will or is instructing you to send a wing request to your rats.
So we ask the client to do that.
Yes. All the actions need to be performed by the client in the best case, really. There are a few cases where you need to send the client a wing request or a friend request, but we'll not go into that right now because yeah, it gets complicated.
So just whilst that's happening, I think I saw a question by Elite Week Kaizen about how to join the Fuel Rats. Do you want to have a chat about that real quick?
So I need to.
Taka, or do you want to do the wing thing first?
I need to do a wing
I
thing.
think we can do the wing thing first, and
Okay, cool.
after that.
So I'll send
Maybe
a wing.
We'll get to that.
I'll send a wing request to Bruce and to Sky.
Exactly. And once you have that wing request accepted, you need to report that to dispatch again. And we use a similar abbreviation here as we did with the friend request. It's WR plus if you have it and minus if you don't.
Excelente.
Perfect. Now, dispatch will instruct the client, or in this case the damsel, to enable the wing beacon so the rats can actually find them in the system. And after that, it's almost done.
All right, it's all going to plan.
I'm like an
So
eagle.
yeah, maybe now would be a good time to answer Kai's question about how to become a fuel rat for anyone who's a bit more experienced and ready to help out.
Yeah, sure.
Sure thing.
You, Sky, you want to take that, or should I?
Yeah, I can take that if you want. Yeah, so it's very, very easy. All you have to do is sign up for an account on the website, and then we have a whole big knowledge base on everything you need, all the tools that you need to become a rat. We have a standard operating procedure. That's all in there as well. There's a couple of steps you need to take, but step one is always just sign up for the account on the Furious website, and from there's a link that just says what next. You click on that, it'll take you straight to the page. It's step by step. I think it's like what, 4 steps, 5 steps, if that.
Yeah. Something like that.
It's really, really easy. And if you get stuck, you can always join the IRC, and you can ask for questions. We're more than happy to help out wherever we
Okay,
can.
That's right.
excellent.
So I see that you have already done what we now do once the beacon is lit. You go to the client in the communications tab, and you enable your wingman navlog to them, so that when you get close, you get pulled out of Supercruise immediately, which cuts down on rescue time by a
Great.
lot.
Sorry for skipping ahead there. That's my bad.
That's just fine. Now, usually you would also report that you see the beacon. In this case, it's not really that important because the beacon is quite close. It gets a lot more important when the beacon is a few thousand light seconds away, because then they actually have to wait a while, and it may be that dispatch has to lock the client or the damsel out to the main menu so they can conserve fuel while
Sure.
the rat is on their way. And the way you do that, it's very similar to the other calls that you made. You may have noticed a trend here. It's BC for beacon, and then plus or minus if you see it. And after that, you can include a distance.
Okay. Yeah, they're a little bit close to the planet, so that messed with my. Didn't jump out exactly in the right spot.
Yeah, you're a little bit too far away to fly there manually. So what you can try now is you either do a short supercruise hop and then manually disengage, or what is more likely, you report to dispatch that the client is very close to a planet and you cannot get to them, and dispatch will then instruct the client to perform a supercruise hop themselves. So they turn on their modules and the thrusters and their frameshift drive, and they will jump into supercruise, fly away from the planet a little bit, or the sun. It happens mostly with stars, And once they drop again, you can refuel them very, very easily.
Sure, no problem. Very unfortunately, I think I've hopped into the infinite frameshift drive charge of Doom, so I'm gonna give that a quick reset.
I'm in the
see if
same
I
boat
can-
too.
See if I can come back in.
All right. Will I wait for the message before I turn everything back on?
Yes.
Sorry, pal.
So
Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
hold on, let me send that in here. Easy. There we go.
Nice.
So yeah, what Sky did just there, he reported that the client was too close to the planet. In this case, we used the call EZ, which stands for exclusion zone, and any dispatcher will immediately know, okay, client is too close to wherever they are, and rats can't get to them. So let's do a supercruise hop.
Oh. Right, so now I need to reactivate my thrusters and frameshift drive. Let's do that. Thrusters on. And let's put my frameshift drive. Oh, we don't need fuel scoop. We need frameshift drive on.
So while we wait to come back online, I saw an interesting question in the chat that I wanted to ask. It was, do fuel rats have various different ship builds based on the kind of rescue, and what might they be?
Well,
yeah, so it
yes.
varies from rat to rat. Did you want to answer this one, Willie?
Yeah, I can take it. Well, you
Sure,
charge
go
your
for it.
game. Well, yeah, of course. We have different ship builds. Basically, they're similar in one aspect. They all jump far and are quite fast, and they also all have a fuel transfer limpet controller and a cargo rack. But beyond that, every rat is free to do what they want, really. Well, rats can also use not so far jumping ships, but that's not really going to help them. But yeah, basically a few rat ship jumps far, is quite fast in normal space, because sometimes we have to, sometimes we come out a little bit further away from the client, and when, time is literally ticking, it's quite good to be fast. And yeah, have a fuel transfer limpet controller and a cargo rack with some limpets in it, and you're good to rat. What you might also want to take along for the journey is a fuel scoop, because if you don't, you may find yourself in need of assistance yourself.
Looks like I also
makes
got
perfect
caught up.
sense.
I think it was the planet. I think the planet's done something to us. Because I got caught
Must
up as
be.
well.
We may be a little bit too close to the planet. What if the chat bears with us for a moment? I might be able to do some jiggery pokery and solve that problem. If you would kindly bear with us, guys.
Yes, we'll just jump to a wee back soon screen. And we're back.
Okay, we're back. All right, thank you so much for bearing with us, commanders. We just had to do a little bit of jiggery pokery to sort some things out, but we've done a little soft reset, and things are as they were mysteriously before any of that happened. So let's pretend none of it did. Okay, so we're at a stage now where we've winged up, and we're a short distance away from the wing signal of the
Damsel.
Help me, help me. I guess now then, Alpaca, it's a case of just hopping out of Super Cruise into the same instances then.
That's basically it. Yeah, you fly towards the beacon, drop on them, and yeah, you refuel them as fast as you can.
Did you want to explain Wingman Navlock?
Yeah, sure. So, what you gotta, or what you should use in this case is something called Wingman Navlock, which lets you jump out of Super Cruise way sooner than you would if you were to do a manual drop. And yeah, it also works the way that you don't actually have to slow down, so you can just keep going full throttle until you're there. There's gonna be no damage to your ship, and yeah, that's the way, really. This is the way.
I knew someone was going to say it. I knew, as soon as that happened, I was like,
This is the way.
in my head, I was like, this is the way. I've spoken.
So yeah,
So
once you're in the instance, fire your limpets,
okay,
and
great.
once that's
Just
done,
say I've located the bogey. I mean, I've found our damsel that needs our help.
Did you just call me a bogey? You're a bogey. Well,
Okay, so
there's your ship
I'm
behind
gonna
me.
swap over to my fuel
Oh.
transfer limpets, and I guess I just shoot at the serious spaceman with them.
I'm trying to... Look, did you see that? Like that. Right in.
exactly, yeah.
I
Just,
love this shot.
shoot him. And now, once the refueling process has completed, you can see that in the top right corner there, it's gonna say, gonna display a little message.
Fuel
Oh,
transfer.
you're sending
complete.
a lot of fuel limits there.
Okay, do I only need the one?
Yeah, well, you should, send a few, but for what is coming next, you only need one. Once you get that fuel transfer complete message, you have to report that to dispatch as well, so they know everything is fine and the client is still alive. The way you do that is, again, reference the case, and then send a fuel plus, so they know that everything is fine.
It's very efficient. I've got fuel.
And yeah,
There we go.
there we go. Usually after Fuel Plus, you would debrief the client, usually in game. Sometimes if there's, for example, a Russian client who has their game in Russian, you will not be able to communicate with them because your game will probably be in English or whatever language that you have, and it won't be able to display the Russian characters. In that case, we send the client to our debriefing channel on the IRC where all of these characters are supported, and there you have to use a translation tool to talk to the client. We also have some guides available for Russian and German clients, but beyond that, you're on your own.
And on top of that, right now, I think I've just kind of zoomed into this fascinating looking Sidewinder. I believe this is you, Sky, is it not?
That is me, yes. So I'm in the gas and go. It is a Sidewinder with 30 light year jump range, and 6 tons of fuel and four fuel transfer limpets. It just goes to show that any ship can be a fuel rat ship. Doesn't matter how rookie it is. You can do it in the Sidewinder if you really want to. I don't recommend it, but you can.
Was about to say I wouldn't recommend it, but you can do it.
Goodness no.
Yeah, but it is a nice looking ship as well. And I think you've got the Fuel Rats logo on it, don't you? Don't let me get a nice
Decal? That's
decal.
correct.
Yes, like that.
Yeah, so that's rewarded to any fuel rat that completes 10 rescues. So, and that's just awarded to us, which is fantastic.
That is an awesome.
Love
decal.
that in game.
Well done, must definitely deserved.
Thank you.
I've got fuel now. Woohoo! Thank you guys.
Right.
Excellent.
Now, you think there's some time for another case?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's
Yeah.
put what we've learned into practice.
All right.
Then.
Now, the next one is going to be a little bit more difficult, and we'll switch it up a little. For one, you're both going to be rats this time. We'll have someone, we already have someone in place, ready to run out of fuel, and you'll see when we get there, I guess.
Let me just turn my stuff on.
Yeah, yeah. Just let me know when you're ready.
I think everything's on. Right, I'm ready to go. I don't have shields, but I don't think I need them.
Let me see here. This is good. All right. So, are we ready? I think so, right?
Yep. Right, Bruce, you've got to help me. I was the damsel before, but I think I followed. Okay, let's do it.
So I
Then
suppose we wait
here we
being
go.
for a case to appear in the
Yeah,
IRC.
yeah,
right?
it's,
Keep our eye on
It's
the
gonna
IRC.
be fun.
Yeah, just
All right,
hanging out,
here we go.
waiting for a case.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, Stephen, we have a client incoming. Are you seeing that?
Oh yeah, we've got Commander Felicia Foriana, and it's in Sondama. Well, it is 96.8 light years.
Do you notice anything about this case that's different than the one before?
So drill signal, Commander Felicia reported systems, Sondama 96.8 light years from Sol. PC O2 not okay. Oh, they're not okay.
O2 is not okay. Oh no.
All right. So we have ourselves a code red on our hands.
Okay, code red. That's not that just implies something bad. I'm just going to say it out there.
Does, yes. It
is.
implies that the person who has run out of fuel is so out of fuel that they don't even have enough fuel to keep their life support running. So
Okay.
it has kicked in, and they are now on a timer. And if that timer runs out, they will die. So what
Okay.
dispatch does now, as soon as they come in, and as soon as we notice that someone is on emergency oxygen, they will be locked out to the main menu where that timer doesn't tick down, basically.
I mean, I think my only issue is that
And-
I don't have enough fuel to get there.
Yeah, you might
Scoop
have
on the way.
to scoop fuel on the way.
Yeah, I'll check.
Okay,
I've got
so
this.
I'm going to go ahead and say case 8, 3 jumps. So at what
Perfect,
point
perfect.
does the client get told to log out to the main menu for the time being?
As soon as we notice that they are on emergency oxygen, that
Actually,
could be as
it's
soon as they
before that.
come in.
It's before
Well,
that as well. So
yeah,
on the
that too.
on the website, it says if you see the oxygen timer, log out now and then complete the form.
That's true, yeah.
Um,
But once
yeah.
they get into the chat, they will be told again.
Again,
And
yeah, that's
I
right.
mean, it could happen to a normal case as well. So normal cases can turn into code reds, because sometimes there's just not enough fuel left. So as soon as we notice that a client is completely out of fuel, we will of course tell them again to lock out to the main menu.
Okay.
Sure thing. I can see that the client has said they understand. So I'm gonna. Well, I've already started jumping.
Perfect. Now, Bruce already called his jumps. Stephen, you also need to call your jumps now if you want to go on this rescue.
Right.
And
What did I say?
you remember
again?
how that works?
I don't. I was too busy being damseled. And I was in distress.
Staying in
I was in distress at the time.
All right. I'll walk you through it. So, yeah, the way you do it is you reference the case. In this case, this is case 8.
Okay.
And then you put in the number of jumps that you have to do,
Okay. Well,
followed by a jumps or a J.
something has went wrong, and apparently it's 2 jumps for me, which doesn't make sense.
You made 1 jump already.
How many jumps is yours, Bruce?
Was 3.
Right. So I've got 2 to go. So I just put in hashtag 8 2 jumps. Like that. Need fuel. Need fuel first. May take time. Right. Okay.
Right. Now, as you can see, our dispatcher is already asking the client a few questions. Where are they in the system? how much oxygen do they have left, that kind of thing. We empathize that they are not supposed to log in to check all of that, so it's only if they can remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
In this case, our client has 7 minutes of oxygen left, so we should be just fine if everything goes to plan.
Okay. Bruce, mate, I'm almost fueled up. I've got a good fuel scoop.
Yeah, you do have a good fuel scoop, mate. I gave you only the best, but you need to get a hurry on, mate.
I'm going as fast as my wee boots can. Right, I think I've got enough now. I'm confident.
Is it at this
Probably
point
worth-
that
Yep.
client would be told in the IRC to add us? Would they do that from the main menu, or we just wait for them to do that in game?
Yes, exactly. They will do that from the main menu. That's important. As soon as dispatch assigns you to the case, they will be told to friend you.
You must have a lot of friends as a rat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going up there. I think I'm at 900 and something now.
Wow.
Oof. I've got 22 pages of friends on the social tab.
Yeah, it gets up there.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously,
It's
it
also probably worth
takes a while,
mentioning-
but
Yeah, it's probably worth mentioning that we've given 7 minutes, but a lot of the time, it's a lot less than that. I think the average is like between 3 and 5 minutes. It's not a lot of time, a lot of the time.
that's true. Yeah, we wouldn't want to make it too hard.
Yeah, exactly. For first timers, you know. You guys are doing fantastically so far, by the way. So well done.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you very much. That's positive reinforcement. I like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the thing for me is that I did this a long time ago, and I think it's correct is that it was a long time ago that I did this, and to be a rat, you need to be consistent and keep doing it. So I have saved someone before, but doing it again, I've totally forgot about all the shorthands and how to do it.
It takes practice. Yeah.
But it definitely.
Okay, so
is amazing.
one more thing, which is actually kind of important. You're still in a wing, which you need to lose as soon as you go on a new rescue, basically. Because someone can't invite you into wing if you're still in one. And if you have to invite the client into wing, that comes with a whole other with a whole bunch of other problems. So let's not do that, and everybody leave the wing, please.
So I've left the wing and I'm in the system. So I just do FR.
Perfect.
Is it FR plus?
Yes. Now, when you are assigned to a code red, what you also need to check when you get the friend request is if the person who is in trouble, in this case our damsel, is actually in the main menu. Because sometimes people say they are, but they aren't. You know, never
I
trust
can
people.
I can see that they are in the main menu in this case.
That's good. So you should report that as well. You have a variety of ways to do that. Personally, I use mmconf, but you can also just send in the main menu or something like that. As long as it's understandable, you should be fine.
No, I put the hashtag in. Right, okay.
Yeah, the hashtag gets forgotten by new rats quite often, so that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so what you also may have seen in the chat is that dispatch has asked the client where they are, and the answer to that was they were in a planet or near a planet mining, which means that they are in an asteroid belt.
So let's see if we can get close to
So, or a planetary ring, which may complicate things depending on, well, our luck with the instance, really.
it and how good we are at flying. So there's three different rings.
There are 3 ringed planets in the system.
But there's also the belt here.
Yes, exactly. So what you can do as a rat is assist dispatch in making sense of the information that they got. So if the client says that they are, for example, in a metallic ring and only one planet in the system has a metallic ring, that narrows it down quite a lot. And because you are in the game and have the actual system map open, you can of course tell dispatch that.
Cool. So there was a metallic ring? Or was it? Do you remember which planet it was? There is 3 planets with mining rings. Not long in to check. Do not log in to check. So I'm assuming Felicia doesn't remember. She's not responded yet.
Yeah, sometimes it takes a while for the client to respond, especially if they do
meantime-
not have a second monitor, for example.
Yeah.
Then of course they can't really see messages.
I was in the
I
rings, I
can
remember
see-
as much.
I can see that the planets are fairly close to each other, so I might head over there anyway.
Just head over. Well, we could do
Yeah.
that if we went into the middle one at least, and then got them to log back in. It means we're closer.
Yeah, so that makes sense to me.
Okay. And this is how the fuel rats failed their first mission. What am I doing? I can't pants. Okay. I'm gonna jump there, and then at this point, should we tell Felicia to jump back into game?
Okay,
Cool.
so
Yes. So what or who does that is usually the dispatcher,
Okay.
because as a rat you're not really supposed to talk to the client in IRC. You may talk to them in game, but on a code red that should be avoided if possible, because all the attention should be on the dispatcher, who makes sure they don't die.
cool.
Okay.
In this case, you have very little idea of where the client is, so dispatcher or the dispatcher will instruct you on where to go.
So possibly the third.
Sometimes
Right.
that can be done by just a rat. So if you are, an experienced rat and you know what's going on and have seen a few things, then you may just do that yourself as well. But definitely let dispatch know what you're doing.
Okay, so I'm going to go to the third planet. I've been asked to go to the third planet, so I'm going to quickly get Super Cruise Assist on, so I can respond and not crash into
Third
it.
ring planet.
No, I've been asked to. Oh no, we both have. Good, right? Yeah. So third ring of the planet. So I'm.
You both were instructed to go to the third planet.
Yeah. I'm just making sure that I don't
Roger that.
crash into it. See, that's the bit that would get for me, because I want to slow down because I can't find the planet. Hold on. Okay, and then how do we say that we're going, or do we wait until we've arrived?
Yes, you have to wait until everybody is in position,
Okay.
because in this case you have 7 minutes, which is a lot, but sometimes you don't. So every second counts, and if you still have to travel a few thousand light seconds, that really limits the chances. So dispatch is right now instructing the client on what to do when the time comes. Our damsel will be told to log into the game. Usually that would be open play. In this case, it's a private group.
Okay.
But once they are logged in, they need to enable their beacon and then invite the rats to a wing. And we do it in that order, because once the beacon is lit and the first rat is invited, they can immediately drop on the beacon.
Right. Awesome.
That way we can shave off a few precious seconds as well.
Sure.
Okay, so once you get to the planet, you don't want to get too close, because the closer you are to a large object, such as a gas giant in this case, the slower you accelerate and also decelerate. Because we don't really know where in the ring they are. You want to be exactly as Bruce is already. You want to be above or below the ring, but looking down at it, so you can reach all the destinations inside the ring at a roughly equal time and pace.
Right. I'm below it. Appetite. If I slow down. I think I'm quite
Okay, so
close.
at the moment we're waiting for a wing request then, I suppose.
Yes, exactly. Once everybody is in
Plus.
position, you need to report that to dispatch, so dispatch knows we are good to go. And the way you do that is with just a ready, for example, or you can use what most reds use, and that is a pos plus,
Ah, okay.
Plus
which
plus.
indicates that you are in position to go. Oh, yeah, a pos plus
Oh,
a
right, sorry.
POS.
Okay.
And once everybody is in position, dispatch will then instruct the client, okay, we are ready. Are you ready? So, make sure the client is also ready. And once that is done, they will again ask the reds if they are ready, because this has to go fast and everybody needs to get their heads in the game. And yeah, once you, or if you get asked, are you ready? Respond with I'm ready, or just an RDY for short.
Don't forget, wingman navlock. Always.
Yes, exactly. Now the client gets logged into the game, which you should also report. So check your comms panel to see if they are actually in open, or sorry, in this case, in the private group.
Main menu.
And once that is the case, you can report that, or you should report that, with something like in open, that sort of thing. It may take a while to update the panel.
It's alright.
Depends on the connection.
Oh, she's in. Bam. And open.
All right. Exactly. Perfect.
So now she'll be advised to send us a wing request.
Exactly. Do not send the client a wing request. Wait for them to send you one. And yeah, once you get it, enable the navlog and go there as fast as you can.
Both Bruce and I
Yeah,
are
no
like, as a
pressure.
button.
And no pressure, but if that timer hits 0, kaboom.
Ah, it's no pressure.
No snickers
for
for
sure.
anybody.
That's when there's a rotten rat, Stephen.
Felicia says I can't. It says unreachable.
Unreachable?
We seem to have. There we go. Now it
There we go.
now
Now
it
it's all
works.
good.
Aha.
Yeah, sometimes we have connection issues here as well.
No worries. So we've got that. Did you get it, Bruce?
Yep, I've engaged
Ah.
the navlock.
I've
Would I
started-
still go in the IRC to confirm that I got the wing request? For a code red?
No, you want to concentrate on the rescue now, and make sure you get there as fast as possible. If something goes not according to plan, that could be either the client not getting the wing request out in time, or the client being a few thousand light seconds away. You, of course, want to report that, but ideally you concentrate on the rescue and go from in open directly to Fuel Plus. There you go. You dropped.
There we are.
Target them and shoot your limpets.
Did you get that, Bruce?
I did. The wing beacon, sorry, the navlog dropped me right out on the client.
I am here as well.
Right.
I'm
That
just
looks
up
good.
behind you.
Now you got your fuel transfer complete. In this case, you might also check if the life support is on. That's a common thing that people do. Sometimes they disable their life support by accident, and then they go code red, or not really, because the life support is still fine. But that's something that you could do here. What you also have to do now, so you don't worry the dispatcher, is report that everything is fine with a fuel plus. Perfect.
Nice.
And there we go.
That was close.
Nice.
Congratulations. It
Excellent.
wasn't so hard, was it?
That was quite good.
What on Stephen, mate? I'd say we nailed that.
Saving people, that's what we do, mate. That's how we do it.
Yeah,
Excellent.
congratulations, guys. Client saved. Life support's on. They can take a deep breath.
Fantastic. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for talking us through that, guys, and showing us,
Yeah,
well, basically taking us through the training. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll jump back
absolutely
to
our,
the,
was.
our pleasure.
just jump back to the main menu.
Absolutely.
I really enjoyed that. That was a lot of fun.
All right.
Excellent.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic. All right then. If anyone in the chat has more questions for our experienced fuel rats, drop them in the chat, and we'll have we'll stay around for a little bit longer and have a chat if you guys are okay with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something we sort of referred to earlier but didn't go into in depth is it's already clear that there are a few types of fuel rat in a sense. So you mentioned the tech fuel rats who help maintain the IRC and the website, as well as the dispatchers. Could you give us a little bit of an insight into the structure of the player group and what kind of rats there are and their various roles?
Worthy, you're probably better for that one.
Yeah, sure. I can try and explain that a little bit. Well, by design, we try to be leaderless, but of course we do have some sort of hierarchy and different roles, because otherwise it wouldn't really work. I guess that makes sense. So let's start at the bottom, I guess. So when you sign up to the Furets, you start out as a recruit. So that would be your role right now. You can see that in the vhost of the IRC connection that the person has. It says, let's say, a serious spaceman.recruit, and that means that you are, for one, new and also undrilled, which is the second step in this list that I'm about to talk about. That would be the drilled rat. In IRC lingo, that would be a voiced person. So this person, there's not much difference between a recruit and a rat, other than the fact that they, for one, have been drilled. So they have gone through I don't want to call it a test, but it kind of is a test of their abilities and their abilities really as a fuel rat. And if they pass that, they will be tailed, which is our rat word for getting voiced. And the difference between a recruit and a tailed rat is just that, for one, you have this fancy plus in front of your nickname, which indicates that you are tailed. And you are also now allowed and able to dispatch real cases when they come in. That's just because our commands to assign and to close and that sort of thing, they are locked to tailed rats only.
Okay.
I guess that also makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Now, one step up, we have a rat called an overseer. Those are the people that run the drills. So that's my role in the fuel rats at the moment. I'm an overseer, which is also, I guess, why I was, or why I'm doing this with you guys.
Yep.
Makes it a little easier to get it all set up. And yeah, basically, us overseers, we just we do the drills. We make sure everybody is up to scratch, really, when we drill them. And beyond that, that's really it. There's not much else to an overseer. Then I already mentioned the tech rats. Those are the guys who maintain our services, so the IRC services, the website, the bots, that sort of thing. And then we also have something, or the janitors, which are the operators in IRC lingo, really. They are our moderators and make sure that everybody is behaving themselves, really. And yeah, that's basically it.
Sure thing.
Awesome.
So you mentioned the drill which rats have to go through to get their tails. Could you give us a little more detail about that? So what kind of things you're looking for, what the pass rate is, just yeah, let us know a little bit more about that if that's okay.
Well, I mean, what we're looking for most is just being able to, communicate effectively with the dispatcher on the case that we simulate. And yeah, that's really it. Just make sure that you can communicate reasonably well. We'll throw in some curveballs as well, so you know, should be able to catch those. I'm not gonna talk about what they are because that would be boring for all prospect rats. But let me assure you, it's not that hard, and most people pass.
Okay, that's very reassuring. Great.
Would
so
you
there's
would you have
also-
passed these two, Alpaca? Would you have passed these two?
I think they would have passed, yeah.
I was gonna say, I think Bruce passed me a little bit. Was a bit, what's going on? But I was still in the character of damsel. Obviously, getting out of that, getting into character
Right.
takes a lot for me to do.
Oh yeah.
Getting out
The
of
Emmy
it.
goes
Well,
straight
yeah,
to you,
I do have to
Steven.
take
The
into
Emmy goes
account
straight
that I
to you,
was
mate.
talking you through it, so But I think you would have passed.
Oh, that's high praise indeed.
Sat-
Thank
Like I
you
said,
very
it's not that hard.
Community rats. Here we are. That's what we are.
Amazing. What a badge of honor. Okay. There was another question in the chat that I wanted to run by you guys, as I saw it a couple times. For a new rat, what's the sort of time commitment, if any, that you would expect? Is there sort of a schedule or a rota or sort of hours that they need to
No,
make sure they're available for?
Nope. It's
absolutely
very,
not.
very simple. So if you don't want to fuel rat, you just don't call your jumps. It's as simple as that. You sign up for the website, you go through the training, you read your SOPs, and if you're comfortable to go on a rescue, you call your jumps, and off you go. But if you decide, I'm having a really good time mining right now, there are always more rats. You just don't have to call your jumps. That's it. Simple as that. You don't even have to open IRC. Yeah. So there's no
That's
time commitment. There's no minimums. There are rats who've been who are only like recently rejoined the game after being off of the game for like a year or so, and they're absolutely fine to come back and keep going. Not a problem.
Awesome.
That's great. So a very relaxed sort of approach to it. It's you take the
Exactly.
rescue if you want to. Okay, that's
Pretty much,
nice.
yep.
So you might even have a rat who's playing really dangerous, sort of as they would, going about their business, but with the IOC open, keeping an eye on it, and deciding, okay, I fancy doing
Helping
one
some
now,
people
or
out,
maybe I'll skip this
Mhm.
one kind of thing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, we have a few people like that. On that note, though, it should be said that if you have some valuable cargo on board, you should consider not going on a case because you might get interdicted. There might be pirates spawning, all sort of thing that could endanger the client in the end, and we don't really want that. So just keep that in mind, really.
Sure thing. All right. Stephen, did you have any final words or questions for our esteemed guests?
No, just thanks again for always being such a welcoming and open group with us, and also taking us through this. We really do appreciate it, and we appreciate you guys for what you're doing.
No worries at all.
Absolutely, you're
We're
very
happy to
welcome.
do it, and we'll be here forever.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I would reiterate what Stephen has said there. Thank you very much, guys, for this opportunity. I know I've had a lot of fun, and it's been very educational. Hopefully, our chat have enjoyed this as well. Was there anything else that you just wanted to say, give any shout outs? I know we had some rats who were very graciously helping out behind the scenes that may be worth mentioning.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So there's a whole community that has helped put this stream together. We're the alpaca, who's the overseer, who's been conducting the training. Suksaraki, who's in the IRC, who's been our dispatch. Thank you so much. Danaran, Abish, Bessie, and Anja, all you guys for helping plan this and rewrite the manual several times for me, which has been fantastic. Thank you guys all so much.
Yes, and let's not forget Velika Foriana, who has played our
yes, of
damsel on the
course.
second case.
For the damsel. Yep.
We shall not forget you.
Of course. Sorry, I was
Absolutely.
looking for the name. I was like, oh, what's her name again? I'm sorry.
All right. Yes. No. A
Yes.
big thank you in 07 to you guys and everyone behind the scenes helping us make this happen. It's hugely appreciated. Did you have any
No worries at
final
all.
thoughts or things that you would like to guys and everyone behind the scenes?
No, I think I'm good. Well, right now I've been a Fuel Rat for a year, and we are doing a fundraising stream over on my channel right now. So yeah, if you want to support the rats, come on over. That'll be greatly appreciated. Other than that, yeah, no, I've got nothing else to add. Alpaca?
Nope, I'm good.
Awesome.
Okay then. In that case, I think what we'll do, chat, if you're willing to stick around for a little bit, we'll set up a raid at the end of this stream and carry them over to Sky.
Yeah.
In the meantime, thank you so much for watching and joining us. We hope this has been as fun for you as it was for us. Remember that we have the gameplay trailer for Odyssey going live at the Game Awards later this evening, so keep an eye out for that. Any other announcements, Stephen?
No,
can you think of
just
anything.
Next week. Obviously, it is the last week. We will be doing a celebratory stream later on the Thursday, so please keep an eye out for all of that. We'll be announcing, we'll be posting about that on Tuesday. So please keep an eye on our forums and social channels.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're actually not going to do the usual Super Cruise news Tuesday. We're going to prep instead for the celebratory stream. So catch us on Thursday for the next one. It'll be hopefully a lot of fun, and we hope you join us. We'll have Twitch drops back for that one, as well as a lot of various activities, segments, guests.
Goodies.
So we hope you'll join us, and yeah, should be good.
All right.
All right then. Thank you so much for being my co-host, Stephen.
As
It's
always.
been an absolute pleasure. One more big thank you in 07 to our mentors, the Fuel Rat, Sky the Shark, and Worthy Alpaca.
Okay.
No worries. Thank you guys so much.
All right, take care, guys. And again, thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. 07 Commanders.